Title: Color Gels and Emotional Lighting. Module: Advanced Studio Lighting Control. Color is one of the most powerful emotional tools in photography. While lighting defines shape and contrast, color defines feeling. By introducing color gels into studio lighting, photographers can move beyond realism and enter the world of emotional and cinematic expression. A color gel is a thin, transparent filter placed in front of a light source. It changes the color of a light without changing its direction or intensity. This simple tool can completely transform the mood of an image. In fine art and portrait photography, color is never random. Every color carries a psychological meaning, whether we consciously recognize it or not. Warm colors such as red, orange, and amber often feel energetic, intimate, or passionate. They can create a sense of warmth, closeness, or emotional intensity. Cool colors such as blue, cyan, and green often feel calm, distant, or reflective. They can suggest isolation, silence, or introspection. When used carefully, color gels allow a photographer to guide emotion in a very direct way. For example, a soft blue background light combined with a neutral key light can create a quiet, dreamlike atmosphere. The subject feels separated from reality, almost suspended in thought. On the other hand, a warm red or orange rim light can create tension, drama, or emotional heat around the subject. One of the most effective creative techniques is color contrast. This happens when two different colored lights are used in the same scene. A common combination is warm key light with cool background light, or vice versa. This contrast creates visual tension and depth, making the subject stand out more clearly while also adding emotional complexity. Color gels are especially powerful in low-key photography, where darkness allows color to become more visible and expressive. In darker environments, even small amounts of colored light can dominate the mood of the image. However, color must always be used with intention. Too much color or too many competing tones can create visual confusion rather than emotional clarity. The goal is not to decorate the image, but to communicate feeling. In fine art figure photography, color can also interact with skin tones in subtle ways. Warm gels may enhance natural skin warmth, while cool gels may create contrast against the human form. The relationship between subject and color becomes part of the storytelling. Another important concept is color direction. A front-colored light affects the subject directly, influencing how they appear. A side-colored light creates separation and texture. A back-colored gel creates glow, rim light, and atmosphere. Each position changes not only appearance, but emotional reading. Color gels also work beautifully with light ratios and contrast control. A low-contrast setup with soft color may feel gentle and poetic. A high-contrast setup with strong color separation may feel dramatic and cinematic. Modern cinematic photography often uses color not just for beauty, but for narrative structure. Different colors can represent different emotional states, time periods, or psychological shifts within a single visual story. As you experiment with gels, it is important to observe how small adjustments affect emotion. Even changing the intensity of a colored light can shift the entire feeling of the image. Ultimately, color gels are not about making images more colorful. They're about making images more expressive. They allow photographers to step away from literal representation and move toward emotional interpretation. When light carries color, it carries feeling. And when feeling becomes visible, photography becomes more than documentation. It becomes visual emotion shaped by light and intention.